Spread of Dhamma. In order to spread his Dhamma, Ashoka appointed special officers called Dhamma Mahamatra. Ashoka was not content with visiting holy places. He believed that the message of Dhamma should not become stagnant like standing water. He wanted it to spread within India and outside too. He wanted the people of the world to bathe in its pure stream and purify themselves. He got the laws of Dhamma engraved on 14 rock edicts and 7 stone pillars, both inside and outside the country. These inscriptions in Prakrit language were related to Dhamma, social ethics, and moral living. Such inscriptions can be seen even today both in India and outside. In India, they have been discovered in Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, and at Siddhapura of Kopala and Maski in Raichur district of Karnataka. Outside India, they were being found in Peshawar district in Pakistan as well as near Kandahar in Afghanistan and on the borders of Nepal. The only bilingual edict inscribed in Greek and Aramaic has been found in Afghanistan. The edicts have two kinds of script. Some are in Brahmi script while those in the northwestern region are in Kharoshthi script. Ashoka sent his son Mahindra and daughter Sanghmitra to spread the message of Buddha. He also sent messengers to spread ideas about Dhamma to other lands such as Syria, Egypt, Greece, and Sri Lanka. Sources of information. The main sources of information on the Mauryas come from two books, Indica by Megasthenes, Arthashastra by Kautilya. The Indica describes the political system and socio-economic condition during that period. The Arthashastra prescribes the way to govern an empire. It describes the administration of the Mauryas. Another literary source is the play Mudraksha, authored by Vishakha Dutt in the Gupta period. It narrates Chandragupta's ascent to power. Buddhist and Jain texts, especially in the Sinhalese chronicles, Deepa Maus Vamsa and Mahavamsa, give a vivid account of Mauryan history. The rock and pillar edicts of Emperor Ashoka are an equally valuable source. These edicts were inscribed on rocks and stone pillars. Coins have also proved to be another important source of recreating the life and times of Mauryan Empire and its people.